well.
That's not Barbershop director, that's Mr. Al.
How you doing? Nice to meet you guys.
Doing well. So, my name is Draque. Draco is what people know me by. Come here today to offer y'all words of encouragement as well as give you some insight on what it's like to be a barber, own a barbershop, and be a professional in the hair industry. Okay? And so, let me just give you a little bit of my background. To start out, I got my barber's license in 2006 when I was 19 years old. I'm currently 34. I own multiple businesses, 3 businesses to be exact. One of them is Drake's Barbershop, Drake's Barber Salon, a non-profit organization called Operation Level Up, and also a trucking company called On Time Towing. But I'm here to talk to y'all about what it's like to be a barber, okay? So first off, you know, oftentimes people take the barber industry for granted. They don't realize that when a person is sitting in a chair, you have the ability to change the way they think about themselves, change the way they feel about themselves, and to really, you know, encourage them and influence them to be better, right? And that's one of the most powerful aspects about being a barber, you know what I'm saying? And so I think that's something that oftentimes barbers overlook and don't really utilize, you know, and so in order to do that, you have to do that yourself. You know what I'm saying? In order to inflict or encourage others to be better and do better and uplift their spirits, uplift their hopes, and uplift their dreams, you have to believe that you're capable of doing that. Okay? In order to do that, you have to change the way that you think, change the way that you feel about yourselves. Okay? And so, one of the ways you can do that is by applying a tool that I like to call the 555 rule. What is the 555 rule? 555 rule is not a scheme, it's not a gimmick, it's simply a way of thinking, it's a way of going about your everyday endeavors so that you too can ultimately change the world. Change the way that people feel about yourself, change the way that you feel about the people around you, and make the world a better place. And barbers have the ability to do that, right? Okay, so what is the 555 rule? First 5. You have to ask yourself, what can I do in the next 5 minutes to change my life, change my circumstances, change who I am, change the way that people see me in the world? How am I going to impact the world for the betterment? How am I going to impact my community, right? Am I just going to cut some hair all day? Okay, next 5. What can I do in the next 5 months to impact the world, to make the world a little bit better, to change my life, to change how the world sees me as an individual, and how can I do this, right? The next 5. What can I do in the next 5 years to influence others, to manifest my greatness and exuberate my greatness onto the world? How are you going to be able to do that? These are questions that you have to ask yourself each and every day, multiple times throughout the day, in order to really instill in yourself and in others that you are capable of greatness. You have greatness upon you, and you are special, okay? Do not sell yourself short in any way, shape, or form, okay? Each and every one of you are special. You're here with purpose, okay? And it's up to you to really get the most out of each and every day. You know what I'm saying? So by applying the 555 rule, I'm talking about setting intermediate, or I say short term, right? The next 5 minutes, intermediate, medium-sized goals, and long-term goals. These are the things that you have to do in order to be successful. Okay? So, once you apply the 555 rule, you'll be able to change the way that you think, change the way that the world sees you, and really influence the client, the customer, whoever is around you. And it don't even have to be your customer, because you know, when you be talking and just going about your everyday activities, people see you, people watching, people listening to you. You know what I'm saying? So, influence them for the betterment. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's really something that I really live for each and every day. You know, oftentimes people get caught up and focused on their trials and tribulations that they're going through. They focus on the negative aspects of it. But me personally, I believe that when something bad happens, when there's negative and despair, there's also equal positive aspects that happen from it. There's also good things that do come from the bad things that's happening, right? And bad things happen. That's just a fact of the world. So don't focus on that. Focus on solutions, right? The problems exist, but the solution exists too. You just don't know what it is. And so if you're willing to go out there and accept that there is an answer to my problems, my trials and tribulations that I'm going through, the struggles that I may be encountering, there is a solution to that. Okay, so always maintain a positive mindset. You can do that by applying the 555. 555 every day that I'm alive. That's how I remember it. 555 every day that I'm alive. And that's some of the real shit I ever said. But back to what it's like to be a barber. Being a barber is stupendous. It's wonderful. You know, it has its ups and downs just like anything else. You know, but oftentimes people take their abilities and gifts for granted. They think of themselves as average. You know, if a person calls you average, then me personally, I take that as an insult. You know, because I'm far from average. Each one of you is far from average. You're not normal. You know what I'm saying? What is a normal person? Is a normal person a failure? A person that's not really reaching their full potential? Is that normal? I don't think that's normal. I think that normal is successful. A person that wants to have everything that they ever dreamed of, everything that they're capable of obtaining. You know what I'm saying? That's normal, right? But you're not average. You're special. God created each and every one of you with purpose, due diligence, with expertise. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make no mistakes, right? You're here for a reason. So make the most of it. Each and every day that you get up, make the most of your opportunity. You know, when it's time to grind, when it's time to cut some hair, okay? But when you got some free time, are you going to be productive? Are you going to do the things that it takes to make the most out of your current set of circumstances? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and scroll through Facebook, look at big booty chicks, and you know, Instagram, the latest rap videos and stuff like that? Is that really going to help you be the person you want to be? I don't think so. You know, there's more ways that you can spend your free time than wasting it. You know what I'm saying? How can you impact the world? These are the questions you have to ask yourself each and every day that you get up. You know what I'm saying? How am I going to make the most out of this day? How am I going to make the most out of the opportunity that God gifted me with? What am I going to do? You know, and so when you're sitting there just focusing on your problems, the trials and tribulations going through your mind, you know, your rent is due, your baby mama getting on your nerves, your boss talking stuff, and you know, you going to a job that you don't even like, what you gonna do about it? You gonna sit there, you gonna wallow in your sorrows, or you gonna take action? You're gonna go out there and be the person that God created you to be. You're gonna exuberate your greatness onto the world. These are the things that you need to do if you want to be successful. Not only in the barber industry, but in any industry that you may get into. And that's one of the most special things about the barber industry in particular is because you make your own schedule. You have a lot of free time. And so what I'm here to do today is to encourage each and every one of you is to use that free time. Use that time productively. Do not sit there and just scroll through Facebook, scroll on Instagram, looking at TikTok videos. Don't do that. You could be making posts. You could be promoting yourself. You could be putting together some kind of nonprofit organization to help others. You know what I'm saying? The barber industry is a fantastic vehicle for you to expand your horizons and create multiple businesses, multiple streams of income. This is how you build wealth. This is how you become the men that you are meant to be, the women that you are meant to be, the people that you are meant to be. You know what I'm saying? You cannot waste not 1 second, one day. My brother passed away he passed away June 13th. It wasn't too long ago. And he was only 35 years old. That just go to show you that tomorrow's not promised. And so for each day that you're here on this earth, you have to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? There's more. If you want to be rich, you want to do. Raise your hand if you want to be rich. You kind of want to be rich. You don't want to be rich. You kind of, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know about y'all, but I want to be rich, and I'm well on my way. Okay. But I'm here to tell you that you can do it too. It's not rocket science. You have to work hard. You have to seize opportunities. Look, write this down. A blessing happens when preparation meets opportunity. Okay? Preparation meets opportunity. So if you're not out there preparing for your blessing, are you going to be able to recognize your blessing? Are you going to be able to seize the opportunity? Or are you just going to let it pass you by? Right? If a blessing fell out the sky right now, which is probably unlikely, is it going to be able to impact your life in any way, shape, or form? These are the questions that you have to ask yourself. When you're preparing for the opportunity, a blessing is destined to come. It's inevitable because you're constantly preparing for it, right? You have to constantly be preparing for the person that you want to become. Do you want to become rich? You want to be a better husband, a better father, a better leader, more influential person in the community. You got to be preparing for that, because when the opportunity comes for you to exuberate your greatness onto the world and really seize the opportunity, you got to be ready. You got to be ready. If you're not ready, it's going to pass you by. You know what I'm saying? So don't let opportunities pass you by. Seize your opportunities, right? Really take heed to this message, because this is so powerful, and I really feel like it could really change your life. Not only in that aspect of being a barber, but also the aspect of being a good person, being the person that you were born to be. Each one of you was created to ultimately make the world a little bit better, right? You're not villains. You're not criminals. You're not bad people, right? I think everybody ultimately has good intentions, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get selfish. Sometimes we get discouraged or off track, right? But by applying what I spoke about earlier, the 555 rule, you have to think about the 555 all the time, multiple times throughout the day, okay? So when it comes to being a barber, use your time productive and really make the most at each and every moment that you have in the shop. Don't be one of them people that come to the shop and do a couple heads, then they're going off running around the city, doing whatever the hell they want to do. Don't be that, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes really the barber game. You're going to get out of the barber game what you put into it. Just like anything else, you know what I'm saying? You want to be the best barber, you got to dedicate 120% of your time, money, energy, everything that you got, put that into the barber game. Because this game is not to be played with. This is real life out here. People counting on you. People depending on you. You know what I'm saying? You want to build clientele, you got to be at the shop. You want people to come to you at 9 o'clock, you got to be there at 8:30, ready. 8:30 on the dot. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Until you get the word out and you get a standing appointment that at 9 o'clock, you got to be there at 8:30 telling people, hey, look, I'm here. What's up? Where y'all at? You know what I'm saying? Come up here and see me. That's what you got to, you know, nobody's going to hold you back from really reaching your full potential except for yourself. Okay? Your mama, your baby mama, your kids, can't none of them help you be a good barber. Can't none of them help you be more influential. You got to take it upon yourself to be more influential, to really get the most out of your life, your time, and the things you want to accomplish. You got to make that stuff happen. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Don't nobody owe you a damn thing. If you want to get rich, you got to make it happen for yourself. And with that being said, there's more than one way to be rich. I don't know if y'all knew that, but I'm talking about monetarily, spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, all of that rich, wealthy, you know, filled with happiness, abundance of joy, you know, wake up with determination so that you can go to bed with satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? Go to bed with that feeling like, yeah, I did that. Yeah. That's what you need. That gives you motivation. That gives you encouragement to get up the next day and do it even better. All right? This is the things that you have to do in order to really be the person that you are meant to be. All right? Think of yourself as special. Think of yourself as extraordinary. Think of yourself as kings and queens. Because it's the truth. Nobody's average. What is an average person? If a person calls you average, then they're insulting you. Don't take that. Don't accept that. Refuse to be average. Refuse to conform to the norm because normal is irrelevant. All right? We're all special. We are created with due diligence, with purpose, with dignity and pride. All right? So anything else, fall to the wayside. All right? So, look. I just hope by the end of this, I inspired y'all, encouraged y'all, and you know, really made you look at the world and the way that you see things a little bit differently. You know, I don't want you to just hear what I'm saying and then go about your everyday activities as if, you know, it's just a regular day. No, it's not, because you're in the presence of greatness. Okay? I want you to really feel that when I say that, because I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You know, I took time out of my day to come speak to y'all, offer y'all some words of encouragement, and give you some insight on what it's like to be a barber, what it's like to be a professional individual. And so never think of yourselves anything less as just that, a professional individual. When you're not at the barbershop, you're still a professional, okay? You repping you and your business. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're out there, don't be posting Snapchats of you blowing the biggest trees, showing everybody how much weed you got. You know, posting videos of you getting messed up in the club at your videos. It's not professional. It's not professional. People, see, if you want to do great things, people are going to hold you to a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really hard to get to the top, but it's really easy to fall off, right? And so you have to be aware of that. You have to be aware of that. People are going to hold you to a higher standard. Even though you just cut hair, you're no different from a doctor or a lawyer. You went to school, you got educated, you perfected your craft so that you can help the public, right? So that's what it is. Don't think of yourself as nothing less than a professional at all times. You're not just a barber. You're a creation of God. You're something special. You have something to offer to the world that don't nobody else have, right? If you got the same thing that he got, then what's the purpose of him being here? You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't no purpose. But he's here nonetheless. That means he's special, right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? So take heed to this message. And really go out there and exuberate your greatness onto the world. Wake up every day with determination and go to bed with satisfaction. How can you apply the 555 rule? What can I do in the next 5 minutes to change my life? What can I do in the next 5 months to change my circumstance, to manifest my greatness, exuberate my greatness onto the world? How am I going to influence the world and make the world a little bit better in the next 5 years? Okay? Because I'm here. You here. You here. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? You know what I'm saying? So always strive for greatness. Always go out there, come to the barbershop, come to wherever you're going, and try to just make it a little bit better than what it is each and every day that you wake up. 5:55 every day that I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? Any questions?
What do you think is the best way to build clientele?
Best way to build clientele. For one, well, promote. Okay? For social media, cards, word of mouth is always the best form of advertisement. Me personally, when I was first getting into the barbering industry, I ran multiple specials. I would encourage my clients to bring somebody with them. You know, like telling my clients if you bring a person with you, I give you like $5-10 off your haircut, you know. And that really helped me boost my clientele. But for real, besides promoting yourself, encouraging your clients to come and bring somebody with them, I think the best way to build clientele is to be at the shop as much as you can. Spend as much time at the shop as you can. And while you're at the shop, be productive. Don't be sitting there doing things that's not productive. You could be cleaning your plates. You could be out there walking the street, go down to the bus stop, pass out cards. You could be just introducing yourself. You need to become as popular and as well known as possible. You know what I'm saying? So to the point where a person can just look at the haircut, they'll be like, oh, Jay did that. Oh, D did that. Oh, yeah, that look like a Derek haircut. You know, to the point where you can't go nowhere without somebody, at least somebody know who the hell you are. This is how you really get your name out there. This is how you become popular. And I think, you know, I don't want to say that barbers have to be self-absorbed or you know, full of themselves, but you definitely have to be confident in all of your skills and abilities. Never sell yourself short. Don't think of yourself as just, I'm the new guy. You know, I'm the new guy, I don't really know. I'm gonna wait on some walk-ins to come in. No. Go out there, get your own clientele. It's up to you, right? It's up to you. The shop owner, as long as he's getting his blueprint, as long as you pay him commissions, he cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get the most out of your career, it's gonna be ultimately up to you. You know what I'm saying? So in order to build clientele, keep your books packed. I think another good way that's really beneficial is to have online booking. I started off in the industry, all I did was walk-ins. That was cool. It was very stressful though. In the beginning, I didn't have that much clientele, right? So I relied on walk-ins, but I was still out there grinding. I would go to the bus stop and I'd just ride the bus stop to the next bus stop. I would be on the bus for like 2 minutes. And on that bus, everybody on that damn bus knew my name, knew where the hell I was and where the hell I worked at. These things, you can utilize that too. You know, everybody on the bus gets a card. Even if they ain't coming, at least they heard about me. You know what I'm saying? So I did that multiple times a day for months and months. You know, sometimes I still do it just cause. You know, I'm fairly well known, but you know, more people can always know. You know what I'm saying? So these are things you have to think about yourself. You know, as popular as you may be, you're not as popular. There's somebody out there way more well known than you. Somebody out there that cut hair a little bit better than you. But they don't have what you have. They're not you. They don't have the gifts that you had. You know what I'm saying? So if a person want to get my gifts, they gotta come see me. They ain't got no choice. This is a one and only place where you can get what the hell Draque got to offer to the world. This is the way you got to think about yourself. Because you are special, you are magnificent. You're a creation of God, and God created you with purpose. So don't sell yourself short. Yes.
With your experience in the industry, what are some of the pros and cons that you come across in the industry?
Some of the pros and cons. I'm gonna start off with the pros. The pros, definitely the money. The money, fantastic. You can get rich being a barber, right? You know, I got friends as lawyers, and I make a lot more money than them. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't go to school number 10 months. I never went to college, any of that, right? But you don't really have to go to school to be educated, right? Knowledge is free. Education costs money, right? So the money is definitely a positive thing. The notoriety, I think, is a positive thing. The confidence you get when you instill confidence in another person, that's one of the ultimate gains, right? Just that feeling that you get when a person get up out your chair and they smiling, they looking at their stuff, and then you watch them walk to the car, and they turn the music up, and look in the rear view, and they ready. Yeah, that's that feeling right there. That's how you know you did that. And so that's a pro. Being able to provide for my family, give them a life of abundance and joy and happiness and all of that, as well as the free time that you give with the barber industry, wonderful, right? I'm my own boss. Can't nobody tell me get up and go to work. Don't nobody tell me, hey, you can't leave until this time. I'm a goddamn boss.
Ooh, Mr. Draque.
Oh, my bad. I'm getting a little carried away. What I'm saying though, well, you gotta think of yourself like that though. You know what I'm saying? So, some of the negative aspects of it. The free time would definitely be a blessing and a curse. You know, a lot of the aspects I think kind of are on both sides. You know, the free time, if you don't utilize your time wisely, if you're misguided, if you don't have a structure in your own personal thoughts, it can be a negative aspect of the barber game. Like I said, ain't nobody tell you get up and go to work, right? So if you miss your arm or something like that, or you decide you ain't got no appointments till 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna just go in at 11, you know, that's not good. Nobody really holds you accountable until you short on your blueprint, or you know your bills is due, or you know you late on this child support. So that's one of the negative aspects. Another negative aspect of the barber game is probably just, I don't know. It's kind of hard. I love the barber game. I don't know about y'all, but I love being a barber, and really it opened up so many more doors for me as far as being able to create other businesses and get my name out there and become more influential in the community. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as the negatives and the pros definitely outweigh the negatives. Before I was a barber, I was just a regular person. You know what I'm saying? I was misguided. I needed a sense of direction. The barber industry gave me a sense of direction. It gave me a feeling of purpose, and it really made me realize my full potential, and as well as open up so many other doors for me. So the negative aspects, I think the free time can kind of be a blessing and a curse. I think that the lack of guarantees, you know, like when you go to a job, you work at a Burger King, you know if you work 40 hours a week, you're gonna get paid this amount of money. You know, as far as in the barber industry, you really don't know how much money you're gonna make until you've been doing it for a while. Keep track of your books, you know, write all of your cuts down, or if you have the online booking for you. That's why I encourage each and every one of y'all to establish the online booking, because that in itself is gonna change the game. And so for y'all being new barbers just getting into the game, it would behoove you to start that as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple things that you can use as far as Booksy. Me personally, I use StyleC. I think that's the best. And then, yeah, so that can also be a curse, you know, the online booking. Some of the people don't really like the online booking, but the majority of the people, that's the way you got to keep up with the times. You know what I'm saying? So as with any industry, especially the barbering, you got to know the latest haircut, latest way to generate clientele, the latest things that people are hip to. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be, see, when you cut hair, or when you're a barber, when you're a professional and the people come spend a little bit of time with you, you have to take advantage of the opportunities you have. And not just to make them look good and feel good about themselves, but also to maybe encourage them to do the same for others. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really, really special. And that's one of the most valuable aspects of being a barber, is the ability to influence others, influence the way that others feel about themselves, and how they treat people, you know, to provide them with the insight that they need to carry on about their everyday lives.
I got another question. I'm sorry to keep kind of bombarding, because I'm
Probably
sure
good.
the students got some questions too. But would you encourage?
You know, like when there's a hairstyle that you're not really that confident at, go ahead and do that. But don't let the customer know that you're not that confident in it. Always exuberate confidence. Exuberate that you can tackle this, and if you fail, then, you know, so what? You know, so what? It's still gonna be $45. You know what I'm saying? I'll get that. If I spend my time on it, if I took my time to make you look your best, 45 out the gate, and I would like a tip. You know, because I took my time to make you feel good about yourself. If you didn't get exactly what you asked for, it's not my fault. I did my best. You know what I'm saying? If I went out there, I tried to execute exactly what you asked for, and if I failed at that, it's not my fault. I mean, there's plenty of other barbers out here. I mean, every customer out there might not be the customer for you. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how good you cut hair, regardless of you know, how much knowledge you may have obtained in your life, every customer ain't the customer for you. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, it's back to her question. It's very important to continue your education so that you can continue to develop and acquire new customers, new clients, and generate new business. Any more questions? That's it?
On a day-to-day, when do you clear off your schedule?
My schedule is I have an online booking. My schedule is pretty much, I open my schedule on Tuesdays. I start at 10, and then Tuesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it gets 30 minutes earlier. So on Saturday, I'm there from 8 to 8, but on Saturday or Tuesday, I'll be there until about like 6:37, you know, just depending on like how busy I am. Mm-hmm. But typically each day, I'm open until the shop closes. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't have no appointments, say my last one's at like 3, you know, I'm gonna go spend some time with my family or something like that, so I can take off. If I feel like that was a productive day, I do have a quota. I need to make at least $400 every day. You know what I'm saying? So till I hit my 400, I'm not leaving. I'm staying there, steady posting videos, steady on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Hit your quota. Set a standard for yourself. I think that's very, very important. You know, each and every day that you go to the shop, say, I'm not leaving this mug till I come out here for at least $100. You know what I'm saying? At least. So if you don't have no standard, you're just cool with just, you know, you go in there, you did a couple haircuts, you know, you got some little weed money, you got some money to get you some lunch, some gas money. don't be satisfied with that, okay? But I don't know about y'all, like I said, I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to open doors and multiple opportunities for myself. And I plan on taking advantage each and every day. Then I'll get the grace of this earth. Any more questions?
What kept you grounded during school?
Oh, I love that. That's a great question, sir. Look, write this down. You gotta find your why. Find your why, because oftentimes money is not gonna be the only why that you need, right? The only reason why you get up and grind. Why do you do this? Why do you want to make this person feel good? You might even like him. He might be stinky. He might have dirty hair. You know, he might have a messed up personality. But why are you going to do this? You know what I'm saying? Why are you going to stand up in the barbershop for 10, 12 hours a day, grinding hard? Is it to make your kids, to provide for your kids? You want to put your kids through college? You want to help your grandma out? You want to help this man on the corner? Influence your community? You want to be able to put on a community event? Why do you want to do it? You have to find your why. It's very, very important. Because oftentimes, monetary gain is not enough, right? That's what I'm talking about. There's more than one way to be rich, right? If you want to build wealth and be wealthy individual, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, why are you doing that? But when one of them aspects kind of fails, you have to, maybe you need to find a new why. If you're not hungry enough, if you don't wake up with determination, you need a new why, right? You need a new why. Because if you don't if you don't accomplish your why, if you don't get a little bit closer to your why, then how are you going to go to bed with satisfaction? How are you going to feel good about your everyday activities? How are you going to feel good about the way that your life is headed, the where you're going? You know what I'm saying? How are you going to feel good about it if you don't have no why? So very, very important. Find your why. Find the reason why you're trying to accomplish things that you need to accomplish. What do you have to do? What is your purpose? How are you going to fulfill that purpose? These are the questions you have to ask yourself every day, all day. Any more questions?
Nobody?
Nobody? Yeah. I appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you for this opportunity.
Where your shop at, Draque?
My another guy is Q. He goes by the name of Q. He cuts on 63rd, and then a couple other cats. Oh yeah, cut hair LaFleur. His name is Danny Tucker. I think he might have been here. He owns LaFleur's Barbershop, located on, I think it's 34th and Truce.
I know Tez came out of here, one of his barbers.
Yep, see, so multiple guys come out of Drake's better than they were and ready to be bosses. You know what I'm saying? Drake's is the hub of entrepreneurship. And I really encourage each and every one of y'all to at the very least come check it out. You don't want to work there, at least come participate in my community events, my toy drives, my fundraisers that I do for homeless people. And these are the things that y'all should do. Also, y'all want to be successful, get your name out there, get more involved in your community, and really make the world a little bit better each and every day. All it really takes, one simple act of kindness at a time. Okay?
I know with COVID going on and stuff, it may be difficult, but would you be opposed to them doing like a field trip at your,
Oh, I would love that. I think everybody should come down there and definitely check it out. We have a full bar, which I think is very special. Very few barbershops do have a bar, but I got chandelier and a couple chandeliers and stuff, and it's just come check it out, man. It's cool. I'm constantly doing renovations. I always put money back into the shop. I like for my customers and the barbers to see that their money that they're giving me is money well spent. I think that's very, very, good thing to do. For your clients to see that they're not just, you're not just blowing your money at the strip club every weekend, that you're constantly investing into the business and, trying to lift up everybody else that's around you, you know what I mean? But that's my whole thing. I really want everybody that I encounter on an everyday basis to succeed. In order to do that, I want to provide them with as many tools and ventures that I possibly can. So